Guten Morgen, which I'm fairly sure is good morning in Dutch, because today we're off to Holland. Yep, we're doing something a little bit different because all the lakes in England are frozen and I've not been able to do any fishing. So this month's vlog is basically a bit of a lifestyle look at my trip to the Den Bosch show over in Holland, which is, I believe, the biggest carp show in the world. It's 4 halls full of carp gear, loads of carp anglers there, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm currently at Terminal 1 at Manchester Airport. It's really early in the morning, which is why I'm speaking a little bit like I'm half asleep, and in a short while I'm going to be meeting Adam Johnston from Avid, so let's get in there and see if we can find him. Here he is.
There, dude.
All right, mate.
You good?
All right, yeah, you. Good lad. Not been on an airport for ages, I haven't.
Have you not?
I always seem to have problems when I get to passport control. I went to Monlo Sun Show with Briggs years ago. When we got to passport control, went through no problem. Then we went through the baggage control where you show your passports again. So I had 2 passport checks, no problem at all. Got to the gate,
Right.
and I just glanced at my passport, and there was a picture of Rob Hughes staring up at me. I got through 2 passport checks on his passport. I turned around to Briggsy and I went, "Look at that!" He said, "Oh my God." Got through two checks in England, but there's no way we're going to get through the same check in France.
No.
So we decided there and then we better go home. So rang Rob, said, "Check your passport." He's gone, "Oh."
Have you done the same then? Had you?
Well, we'd been in France in a van, and when we came through passport control there, he tossed the passport back at me,
And you just grabbed
and I just grabbed it, and it was his passport. What a pain in the ass that was. Passport control problems. Check this room out, it's absolutely massive. I forgot to start filming when I walked in. I've come in and had a shower, so it's already been a little bit lived in, but double bed, all this space, little lamp and chair, widescreen TV, little desk as well there, coffee making stuff, cupboards, although I don't think I'm going to need those because I only brought a little bag there, sink, toilet in there, and this massive shower, which is absolutely awesome. After a little bit of a travelling day today, I needed a shower, so I've just been in there, got myself a little bit clean, because I'm off downstairs in a moment to get some food. But believe me, this is a really, really good room for a carp show, because normally you've got a little single bed, a tiny sink and toilet, and that's it. So a massive thanks to Avid and Rather Outdoors for this, because this is really good. Let's hope the food downstairs is equally as good. So let's get down there, get some food, have a bit of a chinwag with the lads, and then get ready for tomorrow morning when the show starts. Mooning, good mooning. Right, 6:30, and great night's sleep, really good night's sleep, lovely comfy bed, and best of all, it was really quiet hotel. Let me just put that down, and I've just been into the hotel gym, which was great. Nobody in there, absolutely wonderful. Love it when it's like that. And normally at these shows, that is exactly how it is. Or I might see Julian Cundiff in there, depending on what time he goes in there. And occasionally, very rarely, you might see Rob Hughes in there as well, because he likes his gym. Although Rob normally tells everybody that he was in before me and Jules was in there, which is just Rob being Rob. Sorry, Rob, but you know it's true. Yeah, great thing about this as well is I'm rooming on my own, which is just wonderful, because whenever I room with somebody, I always end up doing the reading, because I am a real up and downer at night. I'm tossing and turning all over the place. I don't sleep very well, probably because I spend a lot of time in a bivvy, I think, because I'm outdoors. But over the years I've roomed with some really good guys, obviously Briggs and Rob Hughes, lots of other people as well, and loads of different funny stories to do room with anglers. Probably the best rooming story I've got out of everybody I've ever shared with is sharing a room with Rod Hutchinson at Carp Italy in about 19 98 or 99, I think it was. Absolute, God, what a nightmare. What an absolute nightmare. Looking forward to it at the time, because it was Rod, one of my carping idols. And I knew he liked to drink, Rod. But sharing a room with somebody that just does not go to sleep is absolute chaos. It really is. And I like my sleep. I really do. It's something I always enjoy, although I'm a light sleeper. And all I can remember is trying to get to sleep in this room with Rod, and him just talking all night long, and I'd fall asleep, and then he'd carry on, wake up Crowy, while he's down in whiskies, and I'm just drifting off to sleep and thinking, God, we've got to get up in the morning to get to a plane for 4 o'clock in the morning. And Rod's just absolutely hated me falling asleep. He just wanted to keep me awake and talking all night. And then the next thing I remember is him trying to tip me out of bed. He was like, Crowy, get out of bed now, we're going to do some sparring. He knows me and him like boxing, and he was like, come on, we're going to do some sparring. And he started rearranging the room. He's pushing the chairs, the tables back. He's making a little ring area, and he's standing there shadow boxing in the corner. And I'm like, oh no, Rod, no, not now, it's too early, mate, just forget it. And he's there shouting at virtually the top of his voice, in the blue corner, Rod Hutchinson fighting that leg-boring laugh. I'm just looking at him thinking, that's my carpet idol over there, that's Rod Hutchinson. It's just like, and then the next minute he ended up collapsing through sheer exhaustion and tiredness and just fell asleep, crouched on the top, crouched against the side of his bed. Absolutely amazing bloke, Rod. It's no wonder he's one of the carping idols of so many people, because he wasn't just about carp fishing. He was about everything to do with carp fishing. The stories, the drinks, having a laugh, getting his guitar out, and shadow boxing in the room with you in the middle of the night as well. But yeah, loads of other good stories. Briggs is a good one, but he does snore a bit. Old Briggs, he does. A lot of carp anglers snore, and it keeps you awake a bit. And I can remember rooming with him only about 15 years ago at the Deserti show in Belgium, and we were actually watching the boxing again, if you like your boxing. We were watching Vladimir Klitschko fighting a guy called Corey Sanders, and it was live on TV, and we've got 2 separate beds, and both watching it. And the next minute he fell asleep, and he's snoring at the top of his voice. I go, Briggsy, really loud anyway. I said, Briggsy, sharp, try and watch the fight. And he was just like, anyway. Me being me, this is why I'm a pain in the ass. I've got one of these little plastic drink bottles, and I only got a tiny little bit of water in it. I said, Briggsy, shut up. And I picked this bottle up, plastic, wasn't glass or anything like that, and I just threw it in the direction of him to hopefully try and get his attention. And it ended up, and it hit him right in the face, right in his choppers. And I'm like, oh no, he's going to kill me now when he wakes up, because Briggs is a right strong bloke. I thought, next minute I'm going to be pinned up against the wall with these giant hands, and I was like, oh no, I'm in for it. But he just hit him in the face, and he just went, rolled over and back to sleep. So I was like, oh, thank God for that, I'm still alive for tomorrow for the show. I am an absolute nightmare to share a room with, so it's an absolute joy to be here today in a room on my own, doing my own thing. Anyway, shower, breakfast. Hope you enjoyed those little stories.
Right, we've got somebody really cool to speak to now. Roel on the Avid stand. Now, we always hear about wild places to go carp fishing. We hear about these same places over and over again, the same lakes, but Roel has been fishing in South Korea, which is so cool for carp. Now, how many years have you been fishing over there, mate?
I've been fishing there now for over 6 years.
6 years.
I've been coming there for like 12 now for my work.
Yeah.
And then it was just a natural evolvement that sooner or later I would take my fishing rod with me, because there are just so much beautiful lakes and beautiful rivers.
Now, just show me some photographs of these lakes. They're absolutely incredible. I'll put them up on on the overlay so you can see them. And what sort of size carp are you catching over there?
There are definitely big carp out there. Like I've seen photos from the locals of carp way up to 20 kilos.
Wow, that's a massive fish.
Virgin carps, mainly commons though, natural fish.
Is there some mirrors as well though?
There are definitely mirrors. There's a huge lake, Cheongju Lake, that is stocked with mirror carp.
Wow.
Just 4 or 5 years ago. So it takes a few more years to get them to like really nice size, but just the whole sheer of fishing there and being there is just wonderful.
Now, you're obviously European style of carp fishing. Are the locals catching on to our style of carp fishing over there, or have they got their own style of fishing?
Well, it's a process. It takes time, but they have their own style of fishing now, which is absolutely not effective and also not carp friendly.
Yeah.
So I'm now introducing them to the European system.
Wow.
And the best way to convince them is just to catch a lot of fish and then convince them that the system works.
Yeah. So I bet you get a lot of people looking at what you're doing then, don't you? Coming up and having a look at the alarms and you get chairs and asking you what you're doing. And this is like carp fishing right at the beginning. I can remember going into places like France when carp fishing was quite new. It was quite exciting, so I'm sure it's really exciting
there,
for you.
I have the same bus. Each time I go there and I catch a small carp, I'm just thrilled and I'm over the moon. And it's the way that Korean approaches the fishing is a bit different than in European. Like for us, the weight is really important, but in Korean, like every carp over a meter is like the European 20 kilo threshold, so to say. And I managed to get actually 2 carp over 1 meter there, which is quite exceptional.
That's awesome, that is.
That definitely raised some attention to our way of fishing.
So the big question then is, do they eat the carp over there, or do they put them back?
I think the sport fishermen, which there is quite a developed scene for sports fishing, they always do catch and release. Yeah. But they're the locals and the farm people, they still eat the carp.
That's so cool, that is. Now, do you think then there could be some fish, maybe, really maybe, over 30 kilos, really wild carp in a place like South Korea?
Definitely, like Cheongju Lake, it's 66 square kilometers. It's a huge, vast water body, largely unfished, and carp well over 20 kilo have been caught. So
fantastic.
I would not rule out the possibility of a 30 kilo carp over there.
Mate,
I hope to catch it.
Yeah, well, I'd love to see the pictures. I really would, because I'll be asking for a trip if they're over there. That sort of size.
I'm more than happy to tell more about it.
That is amazing. Are you over there working, or is it family and things? Or
no, I work in the semicon industry, like the chip industry. We work a lot for Samsung. We're like building the machines in their plants for the chip industry.
Okay, so when are you next back over there?
March.
March time, right? March. Yeah. And you'll be using boilies and.
Well, that's actually quite interesting that you ask. One time I took 10 kilogram of Skopak boilies, the sweet boilies, to Korea to introduce it on the Cheongju Lake.
Yeah.
But I fished mainly with sweet mice, sweet corn. Okay. Like that's my go-to bait for new lakes. And I baited a spot visibly. The water is crystal clear, so you can see the bait really clear, really good. Had some mice and boilies. And the next day I went to visit the spot again, and all the corn was gone, and the boilies were still there. And I tried it for 3 more days, and still same result. So I left the boilies for now, and I focused
stick
on
to the natural fishing. Like the maize and the simple ways of fishing. That is absolutely fantastic. It's a fascinating thing. So there you go, guys. There are still a lot of wild carp out there in the world to catch, rather than just the English places to fish. Thanks a lot for speaking to us, Roel.
Thank you.
That's awesome, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate. Right, we're about 1:30 on the Saturday afternoon, and I've been talking carp fishing now for about 4 hours. Voices started to go. Getting a little bit fed up of talking about products. So what I thought I'd do is get my camera, have a little wander around, because there's loads of carp anglers here today, absolutely loads. There's going to be about 10,000 here by the end of the day, and I think it shuts at about 8 o'clock today. And I'm just going to have half an hour off, walking around and do some kind of, should we call it, if you watch the F1, Martin Brundle, when he does those pit lane walks and he walks around, sees who he bumps into. That's what I'm going to do now, is just have a walk around, see if we can see a few of my mates, see what they're up to, see what the plans are for this season's fishing. So without further ado, let's turn the camera around and head off in that direction. Here we go, Mr. Dave Levy. How are you, my man?
I'm good, Simon. It's good to see you,
great
mate.
to see you, man. Seeing you eat this burger earlier on as well.
Well, I attempted to eat it, but it was that vile, I couldn't.
Now, you've just told me earlier on, Dave, You're fishing on waterside at the minute, mate. You're after that big common, ain't you?
Yeah, I'd like to catch it, mate. I've been having a go on the winter ticket, so it's a lot harder than normal, but quieter.
You'll get it. You know you'll get it, mate. It's only a matter of time, isn't it? No carp safe with this guy. You know he isn't. And he's got his own channel now as well. What's your channel called?
Yeah,
then,
I've got a channel called Carp Odian on YouTube.
Yeah.
And,
doing the same thing as me, just
same
vlogging.
Thing, just vlogging, putting my films on there through the year. A little bit more rough and ready fishing because you haven't got to. I haven't got to use a bait boat. I can cast.
Do what you want to do, mate. Film it as you want. One bloke filming it as well, which I think is a little bit more real and normal than big editing suites and stuff like that. Both of us are carp anglers. We ain't editors. But what are your plans this year then, mate? Besides waterside, when does that ticket actually end? Is it March?
That ends in the start of March. So February I'll have another really good go. It's just been out at £65, so it'll probably be quiet for a little while. But I'm going to go back in March when the show's. February. Then I'm not really got much plans for the summer. I'm going to do some travelling abroad. I'm going to Romania, back to Germany if I can, and maybe Poland. So a bit all over the place, and hopefully bump into a few big ones.
You will do. It's only a matter of time now. How are you getting on so far at waterside? You have anything?
I've had one fish so far, 36 pounder.
Mate, that's all right. Sorry, I shouldn't swear there, but that's all right. Was that sort of December, January, or?
That was the end of November. Lovely fish. It's a strange little water. That fish hadn't been out in about 18 months. So it's only about 45, 50 carp in there, I think. And it's weird, there's quite a lot of 30s. When they come out, they haven't been out for a year and a half, so they're not throwing themselves on the bank, but probably the friendliest fish is the big one, which is always the way, really, isn't it?
That's why you'll catch it. I know you'll catch it. I know you'll catch it. Mate, Anyway, check out his channel, which is again, what's it called again? Carp Odian.
Carp Odian.
And I'll try and link it in so you can join it if you want to. Anyway, nice to talk to you, Dave.
Thanks.
See you soon, dude.
See you soon. Take care, mate.
See you, pal. Thank you, mate. Right, check it out again. We are with Locke, the main man. Dude, a couple of years ago you caught a massive common, £62 was it?
Earlier this year, mate,
Was it? No, last year it would have been this year.
Oh, it is this year.
This is 2025, isn't it?
Really? Shows how far I'm off pace. I was lucky. Now, I've had it before, but this time round, it was March last year. It was at 62, and 4 hours later, caught the big mirror in the lake, 49.5. Job done, bingo. Lovely times, mate.
Lucky as always. Any plans to fish waterside for the other 60 pounder?
Do you know, I haven't really. Not at the moment. A few things going on in life. You've got to iron out first before you can make any plans for the future. So we'll get that done in the next few weeks, hopefully, and get back to what we do.
Well, what about Rainbow then, mate? You're known for those mega catches. Former world record holder Rainbow.
Do you know what, Si? I look back on it, especially when I see these guys today that I know from years gone by. I said, do you know what? A few years ago, I was doing 11 or 12 weeks a year there. 20% of the year, I was sitting behind the rods there.
What a life, mate!
Fantastic, right? Lucky as you like. It's not working now, by the way.
No, it doesn't matter. It's still working.
Oh, is it?
The red lights on. That's what matters.
Right. So now I go probably twice a year. But I still love it when I go there. There's nowhere like it really. But on the other hand, there's a lot of other places to go, and you're only here once. You just got to get on with it.
I was told earlier, mate. This now. Is it half a dozen 80 pounders in Rainbow? Is that right?
I don't think so.
No?
Could be wrong.
What about 60s? How many is in there now?
There was always numerous 6s. I couldn't put a figure
Still
on
loads
there.
in there.
Probably only. There's a couple of 3 over 80, I would think.
Still enough, mate.
I'm sort of out of touch with it a little bit more, like you get.
Yeah.
But you know, you've not been somewhere for a long time, and where the fires down there and the COVID and whatnot, and you think to yourself, do you know what? Have I had the best of that? But when you go back down there, once you got over the drive and you've got all this sleepy out your system, you stood there in the evening going, do you know what? This place is absolute bollocks.
Mate, I've not been there.
That's why it gives you shivers, you know.
I haven't been there for a few years now.
Well, you caught Eric's and that was that.
And I'm going back this September. Welsh Collins contacted me. Swim 17 and 18. 17 and 18 in September. Good time? Good swims?
Always.
Mate,
you can't go wrong in September down there, can you?
Great to see you, dude, anyway.
Yeah, you too,
no
mate.
doubt see you with some monster carp this year, as always.
Do our best. So yourself, Si?
Cheers,
by
dude.
the way, on camera there, congratulations on that big one, mate. Let's go over there and do a job like that, mate.
Still not as big as yours there, mate.
Doesn't matter.
World
record.
It's
what it was.
It's
what it was. You go to a pond that big once and catch it.
Mate,
jammy,
mate. Lucky Crowy as well.
Without a bit of luck, I bet it's be lucky and good though, Si.
Too right, mate. Nice one, Locke.
Nice one.
Right, I'm going to go over to the mash stand now. This is where I have to change my accent. I have to start speaking bruv, what's happening bruv, walking with a swagger bruv and all that kind of stuff. see who we can bump into over here. I know Briggs is here, I know Alan's here, so see if they're around and about. See if we can have a word with them.
What are we interviewing?
We are just on my vlogs, mate.
Okay.
Look at this boy, £62, mate.
Well, hang on. I wanted to congratulate you on the Salagoon fish.
No, shut up about that.
So
this is about an English £62, mate. A
fun.
mega fish just before Christmas.
Yeah.
Gotta be a proper carp of your life, mate.
And do you know what? Only really someone like you understand it. Briggsy did it to me this morning.
Yeah.
He said it, mate, I cannot believe it. And I know it would mean a lot to you. Yeah, it blew my mind.
Yeah.
We knew it was in there, Crowy. It come up from the cops. Roger and Jamie moved it up, and you've done a bit of fishing across the lakes yourself.
Yeah.
It's a homegrown, so it's got that kind of fin rot element to its
I saw it,
yeah.
mate. I saw
you know,
it.
anyway.
I've seen it.
And yeah, I fished it for 4 winters now, a night each winter.
Yeah.
Never caught it. Catch
Yeah.
a few others, but you don't catch that one. And this year, it come out first.
And the other one, tell me about the other one that's
Mate,
in there.
have you seen the
You've
video?
seen the video. Everyone's seen that. Everyone's seen that video on your vlogs, mate.
Okay, so
how big do you reckon it is?
I don't know.
Not the vlog, sorry, on your stories.
In the water, it's longer than the common,
Yeah.
but I'd never seen its depth before until that underwater footage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
65?
Don't know. I don't want to be that guy. I
I know what Kev's like with his lakes, mate. It's that lack of angling pressure on them.
Yeah, he's a
keep
master.
Keep feeding them.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
mate, I just spoke.
yeah, yeah.
Keep feeding them, and they keep packing away on. That's what Cop's lake was like.
He basically, I asked him, Chloe, so many times, because I work really hard for him.
Yeah.
He loves me to bits.
Yeah.
And he'd do anything for me, but every time I asked to fish that lake, no, you're not fishing it, Alan. You're not fishing it. You're not fishing it. You're not fishing. And because of that diligence there, and the fact he only lets me have that one little go, that's why they've got so big.
Yeah.
You know, no angling pressure.
Mate, mega fish though. Just before Christmas as well. What was the fight? Lastly, what was the fight like?
The fight was really good, yeah.
Was it? Yeah.
I actually didn't want to, but I did manage to drop the lead. I was fishing off a real sharded area with some stone coming through the clay and that. And anyway, the lead's come off. The whole fight was on the surface, and he just went from corner to corner. So it pulled me around everywhere. I desperately wanted to get my phone to make a video, and we got some scaffolding poles with an air out. He's tried tucking me up round that. I still didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And eventually I've gone, forget the phone, just get the fish, and it's fucking hit the surface.
What a Christmas present, mate. What a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Mega, mate. Hey, thank you so much
Pleasure.
for talking to us anyway,
Pleasure,
mate,
pleasure,
and good to
pleasure.
see you again.
Yeah, lovely to see you.
You too, pal.
Briggsy!
So, who won, Fury or Usyk 2?
Oh, Usyk.
No, you reckon? Did you?
Yeah.
I had Fury in front, mate.
Nah, Usyk. They said he won the first fight, and I watched it, and sort of judged it, and I had Usyk winning by 3 points. The first fight.
I had him by a round, Usyk first fight. But the second fight, I had Fury by 2 rounds.
Did you?
I did, I did.
Okay.
And I've watched it back, and I've given him it by 1 round. So we're just different.
Yeah.
And I was talking earlier on this. You wouldn't have seen this, but I was talking about when I roomed with you, and we watched the Vladimir Klitschko fight against Corey Sanders. Do you remember it?
I remember putting it on.
And then you fell asleep.
No, you switched it off. You said you don't want to watch that. It'll be a load of rubbish. And then I've got the Coke bottle in the head when I started snoring.
That's what I was talking about. I was talking about rooming, and I said, when I threw that bottle at Briggsy and it hit me in the face, like, oh shit, I'm going to get knocked out in a minute. I'm going to get tinged. So I'm glad you can remember it, yeah. See you later, mate. Nice to meet you, mate. Nice to meet you. So that was just awesome. I'm glad you can remember that,
And then
mate.
the next morning, you said, I can't believe it. He knocked him out.
I know that,
Yeah. You should have watched that.
Your memory phase, I thought I'd watched it all the way through, and I was telling you to shut up because you were
No,
snoring.
you
during
switched.
the
I
middle
put
of
it on. I said, "There's boxing on." You switched it off. He said, "You don't want to watch that."
Oh, awesome! Great memories. Anyway, nice to see you, Briggsy, dude.
Yeah, it's good
and
to see
Joni, Joan. What is that? See, this is technology for you. It's a
GoPro.
GoPro. It's filming you, Joan. So the big question, anyway. One last question, because you work for Nash. When are you getting on the decks?
On the decks. What?
Joan on the decks, man. Bruv, you know what's happening, bruv? Yeah, bruv.
Oh, that kind of decks.
That's how you speak carp fishing when you work for Nash. Yes, bruv.
Ollie is the man for the decks.
What about Briggsy on the decks?
Hey, I mean, he's the best, like Ollie is. Oh, little
Ollie's
Reedy,
good on the decks.
but Reedy is good as
Yeah,
well.
we want to see you two on the decks. Anyway, I bet.
I'm good at laying on the deck, sleeping.
Yeah, I know.
I hope you don't expect me to strip.
You got that one on record. See you in a bit, anyway.
All right, sweetheart, all right.
Right, here's a man that's caught loads of whacking carp. Kristof Cuderman, how are you, my mate?
Hi,
are you
very
well?
good, yeah.
Now you've caught
Busy.
so many monster carp in your life.
Yeah.
Tell me exactly now, how many countries is it you've caught 70 pound carp from?
70 pound at the moment, 9 countries.
9 countries?
Yeah,
but
incredible, 30 plus in 10.
10 countries. What's the big 60s then? How many is it for 60 pound carp?
60, I think it's also 10.
10 different countries.
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
And yes, he's even had a 60 pounder from England as well, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last year,
yeah,
2024.
yeah.
Was it 24 or 23?
2023.
23. Yeah,
23.
yeah.
So it
Wow.
was just like 69 something. So
yeah, it's incredible,
yeah.
mate. What's your plans for this year then? Any new countries that you're
yeah,
thinking about going to?
sure. You know how we are anglers. We
Yeah,
are
yeah,
always
yeah.
having some goals. And
Can you tell me something new?
yeah,
New country?
like I will try Belgium. I
Wow.
will try Hungary,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Spain, but these are all like very difficult venues.
Yeah, yeah. Belgium
so, yeah.
definitely, because I think a lot of them. No, it's fine. A lot
Yeah.
of them in Belgium are very like syndicate and quiet lakes.
I
so-
like to quote Mohican.
Yeah, well,
You know
no,
the fish.
Oh,
the
Mohican,
famous
yeah, it's a-
Mohican, yeah.
But it's a syndicate lake.
Yeah, I was in September there already.
You're on the syndicate?
Yeah.
This boy gets everywhere.
No, but it's not syndicate anymore.
Is it not?
No, you can buy the ticket.
We
like
need to
online.
turn this off. We
Yeah.
need to turn this off.
We went too far.
I want to join it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can tell me about that in a minute. Oh, so you're already fishing on there?
Yeah.
How many times have you been there then?
Just
No.
September, the first time.
Was it? Yeah, wow. It won't take long then. So keep an eye on this. Kristof's Facebook page and his Instagram. I definitely guarantee I'll put some money on him catching the Mohican anytime soon. And that is a massive carp. That's a 94, 95 pound carp.
Was already, I think, close to 100, 45
Oh,
kilo.
mate.
But in general, he's all the time here, around 41 kilos, so 90 pounder, yeah.
So would that be a personal best for you?
Yeah, sure.
Wow, I look forward to seeing the pictures.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thanks for talking to us,
No,
mate.
it was
anyway,
pleasure,
yeah.
mate,
You too,
always.
mate. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Right, now you know this guy, Belgian's Terry Hearn. Do you know, mate, 25 years ago, the Alijn Danau tapes. Do you remember it?
I remember
in Carp
this,
World.
yeah, in Carp World,
Yeah, all those lovely carp you caught.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I know a couple of years ago you caught the biggest carp in Belgium.
Yeah.
94, was it? 93? The
I don't know.
Mohican?
I don't know. In English pounds was around 42 kilo.
42
something.
kilos, mate. Are you still fishing that lake, or yeah?
No, that's. I caught the fish that I was after. There was another. There were 2 other big commons.
Yeah.
After I caught those, I left it.
Yeah. So
It's still alive, the Mohican.
I know it is. Yeah. I've been speaking to Kristof Cuderman. He's after
Yeah,
it
yeah,
now.
yeah. That's right. And Locke fished it as well last year.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
Oh
yeah.
wow. So what are you up to at the moment? And where are you fishing now?
I've been fishing since August last year. I've been fishing also an old syndicate lake, Hofstade.
Hofstade,
Do
right,
you
yeah.
remember that big ladder from early 2000?
Yeah.
I'm fishing. It's a complex with 3 lakes.
Right.
I've been fishing mainly the smaller lake now,
Yeah.
and that's where I've been concentrating on the last couple of months.
Oh yeah. What is you trying to catch out there? The big leather, or is it
No,
still
the whole
alive?
population.
Right. Oh well, you'll get
Yeah.
them eventually. Yeah.
There's just one common left that I haven't caught.
Right. Okay.
And
How big
now-
is it?
No, it's not extremely big. It's around 24, 25 kilos. But just they're all very old fish,
Yeah.
character fish. So,
Yeah.
and there was one fully scaled. Hey, Leonard. There was one fully scaled, around 44, 45 pounds.
Yeah.
There was also one I wanted to catch, but I had that one very quickly. I think the second session.
It's like
so,
you.
and that was the main target. But after a while, I started enjoying the fishing so much
Yeah.
that I thought I'm gonna stay here for the rest of the season and just do my thing. And after a while, it became. I wanted just to catch every big fish in the lake, and there's just one left now.
Just
so,
a nice lake to fish in.
Yeah,
somewhere
it's
to
lovely.
enjoy.
Completely surrounded with trees. It's like a typical English lake, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. How's your syndicate lake doing at the moment? Have you still got water?
Yeah. We got problem with water levels
Right.
in a lot of Belgian waters. So
Okay.
the same on the surf, where I've concentrated on the year before, which
Yeah.
I'm going back to this year. I hope there's a big fully scale in there, which I haven't caught.
How big?
That's over 30 kilo.
Wow, the surf. God, I thought you'd had a fish kill that lake. A long time ago, did you ever lose a few fish in the surf?
Well, over the years we lost several fish, but there's always so many new fish that's coming through.
They're stuck in policy. Yeah.
And that one it's still a younger fish, but has been stocked in about 10 or 11 years ago at just that big 1 kilo.
Wow.
It's over 30 kilo now. It's the biggest fully
special.
scale we have in the country.
Wow,
So that's one I ideally want to
Well, I
catch.
look forward to seeing the pictures of that one, because I'm sure
Yeah,
sooner or
me
later
too,
you'll have
me
that
too.
one as well.
Yeah,
Thanks
I
for
hope
catching up with us, mate, anyway. Cheers, Al.
Pleasure.
Great to see you, mate.
Keep well, mate.
Cheers, Al. Thanks a lot.
And a little bit croaky today. Lots of people here yesterday, probably about 10,000 people in total, that's what they're saying, and across the 4 halls it really was busy. It was just rammed with anglers all over the place, lots of different nationalities. Saw loads of guys from the east of Europe, people from Germany, France, Belgium, 1 or 2 English people as well. But I didn't really get a chance to run you through the Avid stand. Obviously I'm here to promote Avid gear, and I don't like my vlogs being too overly promotional, because I think it can get a little bit tedious really, having too much, you need to buy this, you need to do this. But I'm here obviously to support Avid. They very much have been supporting me over the last few years, so what I'm going to do now is just take a look at 1 or 2 items of this year's new tackle which have definitely impressed me. So I'm with Adam now, who's going to talk us through some of the main items which I think you guys are going to have a little bit of interest in. We're going to start off with the new reels, aren't we, mate? So I'll just pass the microphone to Adam. I might ask him a few questions here and there as well.
So to start with, the new reels, we've got the new EX Cast 12,000 reels. A little bit sexy. These are absolutely awesome bits of kit. They've just gone out to retailers. As you'll be watching this, they'll be available. Really nice smooth clutches on them, but an incredibly fast clutch on the front. It's 1 turn, it locks up. We've kept them really lightweight, but they've got stainless main gears, tough and durable, wind back handles, all the bits you'd expect to see on a premium reel. Our ACRs were really well received and loved. I think these are going to make the ACRs look like toys in comparison. So we'll pop that down.
They're a lot lighter, aren't they, as well, than the ACRs as well?
Yeah, so Crow's saying there they're a lot lighter. These come in at 574 grams from memory. That is incredibly light for a reel that's got all of the gear in it. It needs to be absolutely solid. I mean, you were using that at Salagu, weren't you? Yeah. They've been bomb-proof.
I know one question some of the guys have been asking me, Ad, and that is, are we going to be doing an 8,000 version in the future or not?
At the moment, we haven't got an 8,000 version, but we do the React rods, we do the Revolve Rs. Oh,
it's all right.
No problem. Yeah, so we do the React rods, we do the Revolve Rs. Let's just put it this way, we're going to need a reel to match those rods, so we are working on one, it won't be long.
And what's the RRP on those, mate?
The RRP on those is £110 per reel. That's an absolute bargain. We've got spare spools available as well in a deep and a shallow, and it comes as standard with a shallow, normal UK fishing spool reel.
Do you know off the top of your head how many metres of line they hold?
Off the top of my head, well, I can read it off the spool if that's allowed. We've got in a 0.3 520 metres, 0.35 420 and a 0.4 330 metres. On the deeper spool you can get 800 metres at 0.3.
Okay, give you an idea. Perfect for overseas fishing, mate. Yeah, anybody who wants to fish the big waters, they're an ideal reel. Okay, mate, let's just go on to the 2-man EXO first, next then, if that's alright. Yeah, no, just a much bigger bivvy than the EXO Plus. I know I have covered this bivvy in my vlogs before, but Adam is now going to take a much better and much more detailed, closer up look at it, if we can get in it.
So we'll sneak into a gap here. So the EXO 2 bivvy, obviously it is the big boy of the range. We've now got all 3 in the range, the Trinity, but this is, for me, the one you're going to be looking at if you're doing long sessions, or you're taking the missus, kids and stuff like that with you. Still using the same 20,000mm hydrostatic head EX khaki fabric on there. Comes with a skull cap, comes with all the accessories except for the internal capsule that's available separate. This one also comes with a PVC door. We'll see if I can just show you inside. So we'll have to sneak round, people, but you have got 2 full-size bed chairs in there and absolutely acres of space. Really nice bivvy. I've used it a little bit for my longer sessions. I know me and Crowy have had it up together. Even with our 2 wide beds in, we still have plenty of room, didn't we, mate?
What's the RRP on that one, Ad?
So the RRP on that is, I don't know off the top of my head, around 700, I think, off the top of my head, and that's including the skull cap the ground sheet, 2 infill panels, a PVC door, quick sticks, and obviously the bag and everything else with it.
Lovely stuff. Right, let's move over to some of the chairs, mate, because the comfy chair is something that I absolutely love, and just looking at it, it looks mega comfortable. So I'll pass you over to Adam again. There it is. Look at that. That is absolutely lovely.
So obviously this is the new Benchmark Ultra Cosy chair. We've had quite a lot of people speaking about this chair and saying, oh, you know, they've seen similar on the market. Yes, there are sofa style chairs now from other brands, but at Avid we thought we could improve on it a little bit, and the way we've done that is by adding a different tensioning system across the bottom of the saddle. So if Croy looks underneath there, you'll find that it's quite flat underneath. With other ones it V's down, and what ends up happening is it pinches your bum almost when you sat in the seat. It can be a bit snug and tight. With this, we've flattened that base out. Obviously, with it being Benchmark and all, we've had to make it super comfortable. Another nice feature is that you see the chairs, you know, we've got the lock steady legs on it and everything else. It looks like it's going to be really heavy, but with one hand holding a mic in the other one and a couple of fingers, it weighs absolutely nothing. Find me a chair that's that comfortable and weighs that little, and I'll be shocked. You know, I was blown away when we got it. It's a really, really comfy bit of kit and one that I'm using.
RRP, mate?
So the RRP on that is £170. That I think you're getting loads of chair for your money. You know, like I say, you've got the legs on it, the new and improved leg mechanism, only comes out when you want it to. You've got really lightweight frame, the comfy chair itself, little nice side accessory pouch, loads of bang for your buck.
Perfect. Okay, so one last thing then, mate. Let's have a quick look over in the Carp Care corner and tell us what's new. Oh, sorry. Tell us what's new in that range then, mate.
Perfect, yes. So we're going to come into Carp Care. Obviously, Carp Care is one of the things that's quite personal to an angler, so we've tried to cover a few different things through the range. First of all, one of our additions this year that I think is going to be really popular, and it's something I like, is the new Revolve series of fish care, made to be a little bit more affordable. And if we move this sack and carp out of the way, we've got the Revolve flat folding mat. I love a flat mat. Personally, for me, I'd rather use one for all my fishing, but this, if you're wanting to travel light, you want something compact, you know, it's bang on, and you don't want to spend the earth, you're going to be happy with that. Yep, so we've also got the new Protect carp sack. Carp sacks have kind of gone out of fashion these days. I actually prefer them. I don't want to carry a big, heavy, bulky retainer with a flotation on it. I use the Revolve waistling that weighs nothing, and I have 2 of these in my barrow all the time. It's a real nice small package. Moving over, we have got a Revolve cradle as well. This packs down lovely and small, again lovely and affordable. If you're looking for the creme de la creme of Carp Care though, it's the Protect series. So we've got the new Protect cradle, loads of padding on this. A real nice feature is it's a walled cradle, but this back wall is designed so you can zip it down. It gives you a nice soft area to kneel. Now I know other mats have done this before, but what we've done is we've made the actual base of the mat slightly oversized. So you'll see this mesh here. It means the water from where your fish is doesn't run onto where your knees are. It sounds like a silly thing, but keeping your knees dry is a lovely little feature. Full cover on it, side pocket for storage, packs away into itself, and it comes with a carry bag. And then obviously, if you like a raised cradle, we've done the Protect Safeguard cradle. A little bit different to most raised cradles, you'll notice it's quite shallow. What we found with raised cradles when we spoke to a lot of people was that if you're trying to get in there and lift a carp up above the cradle for shots, you're lifting the carp a long way. We made it nice and flat. It's almost like a flat mat on legs. It's a lot easier to handle fish on, a lot safer.
So the big question then, RRPs and all these items.
So the RRPs are a really nice price. The flat mat is coming out at 45 quid. I think we're on 60 something pound for the Revolve mat. And then they're a bit more money for the Protect ones. You're on 140 off the top of my head for the Protect mat, and about 100 and I'll tell you now, he's caught me off guard, 160 on the Protect cradle.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you very much for your insight into the new bits and pieces for this year. Cheers, dude. Righto, my man. Great to see you, bro. Yeah. Take it easy, mate. I'm great to see you.
On to the next one.
Yeah. Hopefully, see you soon. See you soon, man. Take it easy, mate. Yeah. The summer.
Campus Canal, and I see you in March at the.
Oh yeah. See you in a bit, dude. All right, mate. Yeah. See you, mate.
Travels.
See you, pal.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too.